I am literally like so lost for words at times with this Israel and Palestine situation. Now, I do condemn Hamas, but I just find it so horrible that the Western media cannot condemn the actions of Israel, and all they ever want to say to begin with is, do you condemn the acts of Hamas because they started this, and you must condemn them because they killed 500 innocent people when they went into Israel. Now, of course, killing any innocent person, I don't care if they're Jews. I've got some Jewish friends that are absolutely fantastic. They're Orthodox Jews. And they're brilliant people. Absolutely fantastic. I'm not going to say anything bad about them. There's a place in Manchester called Prestwich. Thousands of them. And you know what? To tell you the truth, the majority are brilliant, brilliant people. So, of course, I'm going to condemn the killings of innocent people. But when the Western media cannot turn around and say, we actually do condemn Israel, we do condemn the war crimes that they are committing, and we cannot believe that at the moment they are not being held accountable for what they are currently doing and their actions for unaliving almost 7,000 innocent people as it stands. Now, I seen a post the other day, I did actually post this up, where a Caucasian lady, I want to say Caucasian because I think you should be looking at Caucasian people if you are Caucasian and seeing why are these Caucasian people standing up for the Palestinian people. Because if it's a Muslim standing up for a Palestinian, okay, you can turn around and go, oh yeah, but they're Muslims, the Muslims are obviously going to stand up for other Muslims. So let's look at the Caucasians that are standing up for the Palestinian people and the Muslim people in these Arab countries. The reason why they're doing that is first and foremost is because their eyes are open, they've got a heart, and they've got a brain, so they understand what's going on. Now, this lady said on this talk show, she was talking to this guy, and this guy was about to give her a scenario, and she turns around and says, look, let me give you a scenario. Let's say, for instance, your mother was held at gunpoint with a crazy psychopath who's got her in front of her, got a gun to her head, and the authorities come. And rather than sending in a negotiator to negotiate peace and try to get this innocent person's life saved, the authorities just blast through her, unalive her, and then come to you and say, you know what, because your mother was held like this, and a gun put to her head, and we couldn't really get past this gunman, because he was using her as a human shield, we just blasted through her. Would you accept that? So, if Hamas is, and where they come up with some of these stories, like the raping women and the raping children without any proof, there has not been, show me the proof, there's not been one single proof. If anybody can show me the actual physical proof that they have raped and slaughtered babies, then fine, I'll put my hands up at times and go, I don't know what I'm saying here, but there has not been any evidence, all it's been is talk, but you can see on the news, Gaza being bombed on a day-to-day basis. So anyway, if Hamas is using these people as human shields, how does that justify you bombing them from the sky and killing babies and killing kids and killing innocent men and women? And another thing as well, you can see the Israeli army, you can see their uniforms, we know that there's an IDF. Please tell me who has seen a Palestinian uniform, a Palestinian army, a Palestinian tank, a Palestinian F-16 fighter jet, a Palestinian helicopter, a Palestinian drone that's been bombing Israel. No, they haven't. You're using $3 as an Iron Dome to take care of these missiles, which is great. You should be protecting your people. But if it was on equal grounds, fine, then it's a war. This is not a war, this is a genocide. Because they do not have the resources to fight back in the exact same manner. If the US was up against China, okay, cool. If the US was up against Russia, okay, cool. You've got armies for this reason. There's 2 million people in Palestine. They don't have an army. They don't even have an airport. So how are they meant to leave that country? They can't. In order to get to Palestine to begin with, you either have to fly into an Arab country like Jordan or Egypt, or you have to fly into Tel Aviv. They do not have the resources to be fighting this battle in flip-flops and jeans. They don't have an army. You've got to open your eyes at times. I am partially white. I'm half white and I'm half Pakistani. My dad is full white. My grandma is Catholic. If you don't believe me, you're more than happy to share an image of my grandma with me and my kids. I'm more than happy to do that, to show proof. Everything is about proof. What Israel is doing at the moment is ethnically cleansing these people and unaliving them. It is not fair. It is upsetting. I have cried for days over seeing images of kids' limbs being taken off while the Israelis lie, because you have not shown me one body of an Israeli child. But we have seen Palestinian kids been unalived and limbs been taken off. Now, of course, if Israeli kids have been unalived and elderly and women, 100% you have to condemn it. 100% you have to. There is no doubt about that in my mind, because I've got a heart, I've got eyes and I've got a brain. So you have to do that. But how dare the majority, well, not even the majority, how dare some people out there are saying, this is not right to do. Man, you've been doing this, I mean, this is 9/11 of Israel. No, it's not. It's absolutely not 9/11 of Israel. Hamas is a terrorist group. Okay, I'll put my hands up to it. Some people are calling them freedom fighters, but they might be a terrorist group. But that is the only resource that the Palestinian people have for them to fight this battle. What do you want them to do? Please, you explain to me. What do you want the Palestinian people to do when they're being bombed? When you're turning off the gas and the electric and the food supply and baby. Think about it for a second. If your mother is in hospital, I'm in the UK. My mother's in the hospital. She's in intensive care, and America decides to turn our light switches off, even though of course they can't because we control our own electricity. But let's say that they did, and they killed everybody in intensive care, all babies in incubators that were premature. What would you do? This is not a war, man. This is not a war. This is a horrible genocide. Free Palestine. Free Palestine. Free Palestine.